Oh, it's so good to see you guys. Teresa, I see Morgan. Jack, Valencia. Hello, hello. Hi, Rochelle. So exciting. Blushing Heels, Allison. Hello, hello. How you guys feeling this morning? Ah, it's so gorgeous. I'm just loving. Is the connection okay? Oh, I lost my little stars. I like my stars. Hi, how are you guys? Hello, Valencia. It's gorgeous out. Today we're gonna do a drop-in, announcing obviously what we did yesterday. So if you were on the live yesterday, this Venus retrograde. Yeah, I need to drop in more into that. My friend Jana Romer was actually telling me a little bit more about it. She's an astrologer, and my goodness, we are in the thick of it. We are in the thick of it, so I feel you. I have a song by Beautiful Chorus playing in the background, one of their newest releases. They just released, actually, I think, just a few, like this past month. And I wanted to read to you a mantra to start out with. So if it feels comfortable for you, just like wherever you are, just like drop into this space. And I want you to repeat this mantra with me because it's actually playing in the background. So it's actually like really seeping in to the sonic frequencies of our spirit in a special way. But I have it written out here as well because I loved this and I wanted to start with this because it's such a good thing to repeat over your vessel, to declare over your vessel. And you guys know me, I am in the, in the magic world, and so I realized that abracadabra means I create as I speak. And so this new hymn just really landed with me. So I want you guys to repeat it out loud because what happens is the vibration of your voice adds such a special, we keep pausing due to poor connection. So I'm hoping that this is okay. Can you guys hear me okay? Is everything, because I am connected with the internet, but the box is not too far away, so I'm not sure why this is kind of being silly, but we'll just leave it for now. So, and then Emmy's going to be joining us. We're going to be doing some bodywork stuff. So, and she's grabbing the bowl as well. So we have the third eye chakra bowl coming, and we're going to do some really beautiful work getting back into body. But I like to, of course, drop in with you guys. It is cutting in and out. Shoot. Okay. Is it okay for now? Let me know if it's cutting out because I can get off the, maybe babe, you know what we could do? Because it keeps cutting in and out. We might need to can you put your phone as Beautiful Course, and then that way I can kick off the internet here. Because otherwise I can't. Thank you, my love. Cool, so we've got the third eye bowl here. So we might have to, I think it should be okay now, but, oh, it's okay now, great. Okay. Yeah, let's put on, because I want to have this.
You want to do it with a bowl?
Oh, yeah, I think it should be okay, right? If you guys look on my Spotify, look up Lynette Sine on Spotify, and I've got some incredible playlists. I have a magic playlist. So if you guys can see here, let's see, playlists. So I have like a few playlists on here. So I've got my magic music, and this is all songs about magic. Definitely gets me pumped up for the day. So I move into that later in the day. I have like different modalities that I like to move into with music, but I have medicine music. And so this is the one that we're listening to. So I'm gonna just disconnect from my phone here. Here we go. There we go. And then that way we'll do it on her phone, and or in the little bucket. Oh, oh yeah, my lemon water. I forgot about my lemon water. Thank you. Our lemon water, exactly. So here's Emmy. We're here this morning. I want to know where you guys are. Oh wait, we didn't do this mantra. So I was reading to them the new mantra for Beautiful Chorus. So good. So go ahead, and if it feels comfortable for you, here, why don't you figure out the music? I don't know why it's not working. Oh, there it is. Here we go. So this is what we're gonna say out loud. right? That sun, it feels so good. She's already sunbathing. Okay, so if it feels comfortable for you, put your hands over your heart. Take a couple deep breaths just to come back into your body. And then you can repeat after me. I am a radiant being of light and healing. I feel peace. I am safe. I heal from a whole place. I am a radiant being of light and healing. I feel peace. I am safe. I heal from a whole place. So good. I am a radiant being of light and healing. I feel peace. I am safe. I heal from a whole place. Ah, that's just delicious medicine right there. Just words are so powerful. So casting these beautiful mantras over yourself, it's casting a spell. It's really what it is. It's something simple. But coming from that space and looking at yourself in the mirror while saying mantras is, of course, you guys know me. I love the mirror work. It's so powerful. So,
That's nice.
isn't that nice? And I like to sing. Actually, yesterday morning I came out here and I was like singing for about 30 to 40 minutes.
Yeah.
It was so nice.
I could hear you inside.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
I had one earphone in and I was like, I love singing. This is really nice.
Oh, yeah. Neighbors could hear you.
Good.
Everyone
Was
could
I
hear
off
you.
tune?
You're making your own tune.
Well, that's why I'm like, I think that like exercising your throat chakra, it can be very nerve-wracking to sing if you're not, a self-proclaimed singer. And so I'm learning to just like push through. And the only way to exercise it, it's a muscle, right? So it's like an instrument. You have to practice. And I'm like, okay, I mean, in the room, if I do it inside, it's actually gonna be louder. So I'm like, out here, at least it's like open. Does it bother you?
Same
that I
amount
see?
of loudness.
Does it bother you?
No.
Okay, I was like, wait, that's the like little inner child Lynette. I'm like, wait, does it bother you?
Am I included?
Well, I like it when you sing, baby. Okay, so what I'd like to do, this is why I was like, should we do the living room because we've got neighbors and
Welcome to neighbors.
welcome to Venice.
Let it
It's
be
like,
part of the process.
I know, I'm just so sound sensitive, and so that's why I like to just be in my quiet little room. But it is what it is. So, I figured, well, why don't we actually do this? We'll switch it. Why don't we do body work first, and I'll do a card pull at the end. We'll switch it up.
Okay.
We'll just be flexible.
Is that what you want to do? I thought you
Yeah.
wanted to do.
No, I think that's great because we'll get into body first, but then before receiving the truth.
Yeah, sure. I mean, is that okay? Let's do that.
Yeah.
So, I think where I would start first is I'm personally feeling a bit slow today, but why doesn't everyone put in the comments that's gonna do a little body work with us, just from like a 1 to a 5. 5 being like the most energized right now, 1 being least energized, where everyone's at. Most energized 5, least energized.
Yeah. I'm feeling, I would say like a 3. Between 1 to 5.
Okay? Yeah, between 1 to 5.
Yeah. I'm feeling
Can everyone
like,
hear me?
like
I
I
don't know
could.
if I'm not speaking loud enough either.
Yeah, why don't you come up closer, baby?
Oh, we got a 1.
Teresa's feeling slow today too. Yeah, you're on. What are you feeling, baby?
Slow.
Like 1?
2.5. 3.
What about you?
I'm probably like a 2.
Yeah, we were like staying in bed this morning.
2, 3, 2.5, 2. Yeah, we got a lot of 2s. Look at all our 2s. You know what's fun is that
Siomara is in our group, baby. She already
4.
signed up.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Love seeing a 4 out there, keeping us high. You know
Love
what's funny is that usually whoever kind of like starts off the group, whoever's like the first person to respond, typically the rest of the group follows. So we started with, I think, like a 1 or a 2, right?
Yeah.
And usually you get.
Oh, yeah, you did
right
some
around
yoga
there.
this morning. Beautiful. I went on a walk with a friend, and it was really nice. So I was like up
Thank you for telling me that, Emma.
by 7.
Okay, cool. So let's do like 10-15 minutes of body.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Sounds great. What are we doing today, baby?
Okay.
Well, I think, should we do the third eye bowl, or should we do that after?
Let's do that after because it'll kind of calm everyone down, I think, a little bit.
Oh, that's perfect. That's
What do
great.
you think?
So, did you not get another mat?
No, I didn't. Did you not get another mat?
I'm not ready.
Oh, I thought the mat was about to hit the phone.
Okay. So, should we move this bowl?
Yeah.
Got my lemon water. So important. Okay.
Okay, so everyone get in a comfortable seated position. It isn't always comfortable to sit like this for everyone. It really depends on flexibility and where your body's at. So you can sit like this, you can sit cross-legged, you could sit side saddle, just whatever kind of feels good. Just get in a comfortable seat, and just start rocking your body a little bit. Just like real easy, just kind of like you're in like a little cradle, almost like when you were younger. And just close your eyes and just rock your body back and forth and back and forth. And if you have on a little bit of music, or if you can hear this music, you can always rock to it, but just go really, really, really light. Just a nice little rock to just wake up your body. Just get some motion going, get some energy going. Just a nice little rock. You can go faster if you're feeling a little more energized. You can go super slow. Just really tune in to where you're at, what your body needs, and what you're hearing from it, from yourself. Just keep on rocking. You can add a little swirl in, so you're going a little swirl to the left, a little clockwise, and then go the other direction. If you started with a little swirl, go counterclockwise. And just keep that nice rock as you're doing it too. Maybe even feel like you're on a boat. Imagine just the wind in your hair, on your face. And then just come to seated position, come to stillness, sit upright. Raise your hands to the sky and go for a yawn here. Maybe you're getting yawned. Oh. It may take a couple tries. Just give yourself a little bit of a yawn. Go for it one more time. Let's do one more yawn. Just one more yawn. Just bringing some oxygen to the brain. And take your hands and put them on either side of your elbows, so that your head's in a box. And you kind of like, you don't really want it like too far in front. You don't really want to be too far back, because then your ribs splay out. You kind of just want to be like right above your head. Just like your head's in this little bit of a nook. And then with your hands like this, you're going to bring your right elbow a little bit over, and you're going to get a little side stretch on your left side. And you can if your neck hurts in this, you can always lean your neck on your right arm, and you can just slowly bring your head up to look at your left shoulder. Sorry, your left elbow. And just breathe into your left side. And then come back to center, and then move over to your left side, giving your right side a nice stretch. Once again, you can place your head on your left arm.
your eyes can gaze up at your right elbow. Make sure that your arms aren't coming too forward, that you're really keeping them back, and just breathe in. Take a deep breath into your right side. You can let out an audible sound. And then come back to center. And then bring your hands down and place them in your lap. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. And let's work with audible sounds today. Take one more deep breath. So whenever we do movement, a really key piece of it is just feeling really connected to your breath while you're doing the movement. There's no real right or wrong way to do them. There's more traditional ways to do them, but that doesn't make them right or wrong. So we're just really focused today, and with all of our practices, really just linking breath to movement, creating that connectivity, creating that harmony. So go ahead and reach your hands up to the sky and grab your left wrist, and you're going to bring, for another side stretch, your left wrist over to your right side, and you're going to take the hand and you're going to have it face the ground. Yeah, like that, baby. And then just once again, your head can rest on your right arm, and it can also look up at your left shoulder. And take a deep breath into your left side and audible out. Once again, deep breath in. And come back to center. Switch sides, switch wrists. Grab your right wrist with your left hand and stretch over to your left side. And take a deep breath into your right side as you feel a stretch. One more. On your inhale, come back to center and place your hands down in your lap. You come onto all fours. If you've been sitting like I've been sitting, then your ankles may be a little tired, so you're just going to tap them out like this. And just keep going on that way. Just really give them a nice tap. It breaks up your ankle joint a little bit, brings some blood flow in there. Just keep on going. Really break those up. Your legs may get a little tired. Just keep on going. And then come to rest. And push back into a child's pose. So your knees are a little bit splayed out. Your butt's all the way back to your heels, or as far back towards your heels as you can get them. You're pushing through. This is an active pose, so you're pushing through your hands, through the palms of your hands, through your fingers, as you push your butt back towards your heels. And you can always scoot your hands as you can look up. You can scoot your hands towards you a little bit so that you have more leverage to put your butt back against your heels. And then you want to kind of put a little arc in your lower back as you're doing this too, so that you're really getting this active pose here. You might even feel it a little bit in your butt, feel a little stretch, or feel a little stretch in your hamstrings. And then you're going to come up to all fours. And we're just going to do this repetitive motion a couple times where you push back into child's pose and then come back up to all fours. And then back into child's pose and all fours, and we're going to link it to breath. So as you go down, you're going to exhale, and as you come up, you're going to inhale. Down, exhale, inhale. Exhale down, inhale up. Exhale down, inhale up. And if you want to add a little roll to it, feel free to add a little roll. Really make it your own as you continue with your breath. Babe, continue with that breath. Don't lose that breath. Ah. 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 And when you come up to all fours again, go ahead and tuck your toes and push back into a down dog. You want a slight bend in your knees. I'll turn to the side so you guys can see. You want a slight bend in your knees. You want to be pushing through the palms of your hands, not all of the weight on your wrists. You're up on your toes, and then you can pedal out your feet like Lynette's doing, which is really nice for your calves. And once again, link this to breath. So maybe it's really dependent on your own. Just make sure there's a link to your breath. Ah, feel free to make it audible. Ah. Ah. And then what we're gonna do is, instead of pedaling out the feet, we're gonna go up and down at the same time on both feet, and link it to breath. Ah. Ah. And you might start to feel a little tired in your back from holding yourself up. Just keep your eyes closed, stay with your breath. Ah. Ah. And then you can come back to a child's pose. Drop your knees, drop your butt. And once again, this is an active pose, guys, so you're pushing through your hands, pushing your butt back to your heels. I always like to get a little rock in. It makes me feel a little more safe, a little more held, and just get a little rock going in your hips. Once again, you're connected to that breath. Now we're going to come back up to all fours. You're going to take your right hand and you're going to bring it to the sky, and you're going to open up your chest so you're open up towards your right side. And then you're going to take your right arm, you're going to weave it through in between your leg and your hand, and you're going to place your right shoulder on the ground. You're going to take your left hand and you're going to bring it out and up and a little bit in front of your head. And then you're going to push on your left hand and give your core a little bit of a stretch. You'll feel it in your lower back. You'll feel it. You're just giving yourself a little bit of a twist. Make sure you don't drop too far into your right hip. Make sure your hips are level and even, and then you'll feel an even deeper stretch in your lower back. Take a couple more deep breaths here. You're going to take your left hand, plant it back down, sweep your right arm back up to the sky, and then you're going to plant your right hand back down right near your left. You're going to reach your left arm up to the sky, and once again, weave it through. Take your right hand, place it a little bit up above your head, but it's still in your eyes gaze, and you're going to push through your right arm to get a little bit more of a deeper twist. Make sure you're not sinking into your left side. I'm showing you what sinking into your left side looks like. You want to really get more of a centered in your hips. Take some deep breaths here, guys. Just take your left hand, sweep it back up to the sky, and plant your hand down to meet the other one that's already down. We're going to come back to a seated position. We're going to do a little more shake today. I think we liked the shake yesterday. Yeah, you liked the shake yesterday? Okay, cool. Do a little more shaking today, and that's where we'll end it. And then we'll hand this back over to little Leanie. Yeah, Leanie? Okay. Okay, so guys, just as a light shake in your wrists, just
Flick of the wrist.
really like you're just like getting something off you, you know? Like you just like, you have some water on you and you just want to get the water off your hands. Like maybe it's even some oil, and then bring it into your shoulders and your elbows. And really, you can feel your body move with it. And then you can start bringing your head into it. Just really get that good shake going. You can come up off your knees if you're on your knees. And you can really start going. Really move into it. Let your body go. Add some sound to it. A couple more seconds here, guys. Keep going. Really give it all you've got. Shake your body. And then come back to a seated position. Take a deep breath in. Hand on heart, hand on belly. Take a couple more breaths here, guys. In through the nose, out through the mouth. One more deep breath in. Hold full at the top. And feel what it feels like to hold that suspension, hold that fullness at the top. And when you're starting to feel resistance, when you're starting to feel like you need to release, go ahead and release with a big sigh. You can open your eyes, you can come back to breathing normally. You can place your hands in your lap. How's everybody feeling? 1 to 5. 5 the most energized, 1 the least energized. Let's see some numbers.
I'm now feeling great.
Let's see some numbers.
I definitely feel ready for the day now.
Could be.
Because I have a surprise. I have things to do today. Got a long drive.
I want to talk about that.
I'm feeling like a good 5. What about you guys? What do you guys feel? 3.5. Yes. What were you before, Lacey? Lacey,
I think she was a 2.5 if I remember correctly.
Great. Lindsay's at a 4.
A nice 4.
Yes, sister. And I see everyone who just joined Maluz. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. 5. Yes,
Oh, yeah.
yes. Xiomara. And she is our first. She already signed up for our mastermind. So Emmy and I are co-leading a mastermind. If this is something that you guys are interested in doing in a more obviously in-depth, you guys that were in my last boot camp know some of like the coaching that I was just trainings that we were doing, but I really felt convicted because it wasn't connected to this. And the truth is that we have to move energy through before we can input. So I think that my strategy, like, while beautiful, was missing something.
Me?
It was just missing body. And Emmy, share a little bit, I think, because for those that weren't on here yesterday, just share a little bit about your experience with personal development and body work. And
Yeah, I mean, I've personally, I've lived a very embodied life, which I've been really happy about. I've always used body as a way to ground, and so, I was on scholarship to play soccer in college and played probably more sports than I can really count. And then I really found yoga, which was like a different kind of practice. I mean, some of you that were on yesterday probably have heard me talk about this, but it's just a really different type of practice where it's not like pushing your body to go beyond what your body wants. It's kind of figuring out what your body needs and trying to give it to it. So that's really like the focus of my work, I would say, body work for the last 15 years or so, is just trying to figure out what my body needs and not trying to push it. And for me, like I've always kind of, I would say inner work kind of found me through body work. I really when I started training and doing yoga, I really was getting frustrated, I think, initially, because I was like, I don't understand. I don't feel like this is a great workout. I still feel like I need to go for a run. I still feel like I need to go lift some weights. I still feel like I need to insert something else here. And I really was looking for yoga to be this workout, this thing that got my heart rate up, that got me, to be fitter, to get me to be more in shape. And it's just, for me, what I realized, while yoga can be that, that's not how it lives in me, and that's not how it is for me. It's this practice of really connecting with my body, learning how it functions, learning what it needs, learning how to listen to it, and that's been the deepest practice. So I am certified. I've also been training for 15 years, and just kind of have been in the practice of just like listening to my body. And then in terms of kind of inner work, I've done a lot of Byron Katie work. I'm a big devotee to Byron Katie. If any of you aren't familiar with her, it really works with your inner belief systems and unpacks all the story that sits behind one single belief, and it's really fascinating. And I urge everyone to take a peek at it if you're all interested. And that's, I think, kind of a little gist.
I love it. There's just a wealth of information in this one. I've learned so much in the last several, I'm like really bad with numbers. So I'm like, how long have we been dating, baby? But
105 years.
in the short amount of time, but it's been around, it's coming up on, it was last summer that we kind of started really connecting. And in the last year, the amount of learning I tell her, I'm like, you're one of my greatest teachers, truly. Her self-awareness, her way of processing is just to behold. And so I think there's going to be so much value that you guys will get. I believe that, of course, I have some beautiful things to share, but Emmy really has just this wealth of knowledge within her. So when I asked her, I was like, hey, would you be interested, instead of like me just doing this on my own, I would love if you would come and add your gifts. And she was like, of course. So you guys are going to get to really experience some beautiful work that she's just, again, we will not lead you anywhere we ourselves have not gone, and so she's done the work, and you are, incredible. Yeah, thank you for guiding us today.
Yeah, pleasure.
I love you.
I love you too.
Okay, do you want to do the bowl? Do you want to why don't we just do like a short, or I could do the bowl after.
You tell me.
Because I wanted to do a card pull for the day, because I think these are just like so important to also get information from on high, usher in the spirit realm. Obviously none of this is coming from me. It's like literally just opening up that portal to the next dimension from the spirit is just such a fun thing to do. So I never want to like leave you guys without that, because it's so exciting. So you're more than welcome to stay, or I can do it up to you, baby.
Well, tell me what you want.
I'll do the card reading. Okay. I have my little tapestry here, and then if you want, so this is a third eye chakra. Why don't you tell them about your bowl that you got from the gem show?
This is a third eye chakra.
Oh, you can't see it here. Look at how gorgeous this is.
It's a secret.
The secret bowl.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous. You know what's crazy? Look at it. It says classic androgynous indium on it.
Makes you like it even more.
I love it even more. I love androgyny. Androgyny is the new black. It's so good.
Can you say that?
Why not?
I don't know. Just
Yeah,
asking.
like orange is the new black.
Yeah, no, I get that. Thanks.
What? Androgyny is the new black? Why not?
I don't know.
Balance. Like, the self-mastery is understanding that polarity is just a program, and that we just need to be balanced in our energy. So this is the third eye chakra.
Androgyny is the new black.
Why not?
I don't know, kids.
She's not fully sold. I think that's great. Maybe I should make a shirt. Can someone make me a shirt? Androgyny is the new black. Let's make shirts. Okay. Speaking of androgyny, and just like, you guys know that I love the angelic realm. It's where I've been spending a lot of my time right now, understanding the angelics. And so in my deeper work that I've been doing with people, I've been really understanding, right? Okay, so here we just moved from body. Emmy is a Capricorn. So as you follow your own astrology and understand your sun sign, I believe that like your sun sign, obviously, and how you identify in the world, I'm an Aquarian. So I'm an air sign, okay? I'm honestly always hanging in the astral realm, ushering in the angels, communicating with spirits. I'm like just highly, I don't know what I'm trying to say with this, but just in the stars. I'm always like head in the clouds, in the astral realm, astral projecting, doing crazy meditations. And then she's more angel of the earth, Capricorn. So angel of the air, angel of the earth. I believe that we are all angels. I believe that we are all star seeds. which are the angelics as well. And so today what I'd love to do, and I usher in all the gates, I've done that this morning already. I went in, I call the angels in by name, you know, starting with Archangel Raphael. You guys have seen me do this, some of this work. So we're going to get deeper into your ability to call on your archangels by name and being able to usher that in for your day, because you've got an entire team of ascended masters working on your behalf too. And sometimes we wake up and we think we're doing this all on our own. And the truth is that we're not. We have so much assistance that might be unseen, but assistance nonetheless. So being able to acknowledge them is when you start to see miracles and magic happen in your life. And this is why I absolutely adore this kind of work. So if this is something that you're interested in, again, Emmy and I are hosting this mastermind, co-leading it, and we're starting it soon. We're starting it next week on the 20th. So yes, I did get the new cards. So if you are interested, we already have had a few signups. It's live on my website. You can go. I'm working on finishing the assets right now to kind of post on socials and stuff. But we want to keep it a small, potent tribe, because I just believe that there's value in that and keeping it really intimate. And so we have, there's even going to be a WhatsApp group so we can be in constant communication and just voice note and send each other inspirational messages. And so a private WhatsApp group, a private Facebook group, and then we're going to be dropping in 3 times a week for 30 days. Mondays and Fridays, we're going to be doing this sort of practice where we're going to be doing body and a short drop-in like training. And then Wednesday evenings is more of a full in-depth mastermind training. So 2 mornings and then 1 evening of the week, just to kind of break up the week. So the bumpers in the bowling alley of the week, so we can like start off with the week, really call in what we're calling, really manifest. So calling in what we want on the Monday, and then Wednesday going deep into some tools. Friday releasing, doing body stuff, and then ending off in an end cap for the week. So it's going to be a very thorough program. It's going to be 11 different live calls, and all of them will be recorded, so you can rewatch them if you're not able to make the times. But being live is something that I just feel very called to at the moment. Live hot seat coaching, being on Zoom, being able to connect is so special. So those of you that were in my last boot camp, Emma, I see you here, my love. And if anyone else, I know Xiomara, she's already in for this next one. Any of you guys that were in my last, our last boot camp, can you please just give us some like hearts, tell your experience, because we really want to shed light on what we experienced, because we're going to go even deeper this time. We're going to go even deeper than last time and uncover some really incredible truths that, again, guys, I have spent thousands, my life's savings I have spent in travel and going to ancient lands, learning from different teachers, shamans, coaches. I've spent my life's money in coaching and energy work and going to different oracles and magic and mystery schools that I've attended. Literally, I've attended. And to understand that magic is surely real. There are tools. We can cast spells, and this is all about white magic. I just want to be clear here, because there is black magic, and that's not something, even though I'm wearing black. Do I love the magic and mystery of it all? Yes. Do I believe that there are no real sides? Yes. But I also believe that you can be practicing and casting certain spells that might not be in the alignment and highest good for all. So I spend my time really calling in the light, benevolent beings, the angelic realm. It is nothing other than that. So I just want to be clear, just in case anyone was wondering, because some of this stuff can be scary. To open up different portals, we do usher in the spirit realm. The ancestral stuff is what we're going to be calling in, remembering our ancestors in the highest, doing deep womb healing, getting really clear here, ladies, and understanding that we're carrying legacy, and that we are carrying forward, and we have a portal to the next dimension in our bodies. We are magical beings, and a lot of times we've gotten really disconnected from this space in the sacral chakra. So we're going to be really doing energy work. A lot of the work that I do is going through each chakra, creating that rainbow bridge, lighting up each of these chakras and releasing. And it's been, stuff that I had been doing for years now, but not understanding the power of it. And now, little by little, of course, I'm always a student. I'm not saying here that I'm, all-knowing. I'm constantly reaching towards others, other mentors. And then discipleship looks like reaching towards other mentors like this, and then having one back. So this is the discipleship model, this, and that's what I am all about. So constantly, always learning, always a student. And so I feel good about that. I got these new cards, the Starseed Oracle from Rebecca Campbell, who's a spiritual teacher of mine from afar. I can't wait to go on one of her pilgrimages because she goes to Merlin's cave. It's gonna happen. Once all this travel stuff lifts, I have it written in my journal that I need to go to Merlin's cave. I mean, the first ever recorded Lynette in all of her history in her stream, was also friends with Merlin, and my dad is the magician. My dad is literally Merlin reincarnated. We've had this conversation. We've been doing this a time or two. So what I'm going to help you guys realize in this program as well is some of the some of the polarity, some of the dynamics that are happening within your family, within your relationships, within your friendships, and how you can possibly try and see it from a different lens and realize that time is relative, right? Kashi's having fun with the squirrel medicine back there. The squirrel animal medicine is getting him to get in play mode, which is good. I like it that he's playing. Time, if you've seen the movie Interstellar, is happening really in a multiverse. So when we say past lives, a lot of times people think, a past life, but really it's a life that you're probably living simultaneously. It just might be in a different time dimension. So our feeble human brains try and make sense of time, and that's why in the word, in the scriptures, in the Torah, the Bible, it talks about how to the divine 1 minute, or 1,000 years is like 1 minute, because time is very relative. So past lives are happening simultaneously. So my dad is Merlin in another dimension, and I am the first ever recorded Lynette in another dimension of time happening simultaneously. It's pretty fun. And so you guys are going to be able to see yourselves in that as well, and see kind of just some really important clues. And so to me, the first and telltale sign to get back to that is knowing what your name means. Because your parents, although they might think they were the ones that downloaded, the idea, it came from a very different space. So whether your parents are like, oh no, I named you that, it came from my imagination. All imagination, all creativity is from this ether, from this divine source. So you were prophetically named something specific. And sometimes people take spiritual names and change them and all that. That's beautiful. In my work and in my experience, knowing what my name meant changed my entire mother effing life. And I find that a lot of people don't even know the full true meaning or the etymology of their names. So as you are on your hero and heroine's journey, knowing what your name means is a really great place to start. So we're going to go into this in the workshop. We're going to go into each one. You're going to get, each of you, I want to go through each name and give you some real-time understanding of where that go. I've done this with multiple people now, and they leave in tears because they had no idea. And so I really love to go deeper into this, and I look forward to doing that with all of you guys. So it's going to be very, very special, and you're going to walk away from this feeling so much more aligned, so much more in self-awareness of who you are and why you're here and why you incarnated. And so that brings me to this perfect moment. Starseeds. This is what I believe that we're all coming back to, is the awareness of where we really came from and what we're doing here and what the mission is. So I would love to open up. So let's call in a confirmation if this is something that you are, feeling a stirring or a still small voice in your spirit, and you're feeling like, wow, everything she's saying is hitting me. I've kind of always felt a little bit, there's more, and I would love to go deeper into that. I would love to call in a confirmation. So this card reading, I read on behalf of all of us for the collective. So everyone that's here, if you're watching this now or if you're watching the replay, this is not an accident. This is a divinely orchestrated moment just for you. Yes, you who's watching this. And again, I might not know you by name. I might not know all of what you're carrying just yet. And that's why I look forward to going in deeper into this mastermind and going deeper and knowing more about your story and knowing more about what you're working through and trying to break through. Because I believe that together we are interdependent, not codependent. So we're going to remove the idea of codependence and reintegrate interdependence, which is what, as a collective, really in a whole, we're getting back into realizing that we need to lean in, we need to have tribe, we need to work together. And so that's what we're going to create. It's a really potent tribe in our little mastermind. So lots of magic in store. So this is going to be the confirmation. I'm going to go ahead and give these. And I already saged these this morning because I did my own card reading. Again, I wouldn't guide you guys anywhere that I myself have not gone, right? You hear me say that a lot. So I wake up in the morning, I get prepared, I get attuned so that I can show up for you guys in these moments. And I have to do readings just for my own self so that I can dig deeper into my own learning, into my own, yes, this will be saved. And then, okay, wow, so Siomata pulled the transformation card and I was amazed by the message and how it related to this new journey. Exactly. Birthing a new age card today. Wow, beautiful. Yes, I pulled the Lost Lands card. We've got gardeners in the back. I pulled the Lost Lands card this morning. So again, realizing that, I've been doing this a long time, y'all, meaning in multiverse dimensions. So it's a good time. Now I love it. It's I now got activated and realized that this is a part of immortality, is waking up and realizing, oh right, I'm living in another dimension. So this is what the whole idea of immortality is. Magic is surely real. There is no death. There's just passing through into the next vessel, into your next mission. And so, yeah. Okay, Spirit, give us, thank you. First of all, thank you for this time. What an honor to be used in this way. It's such a gift to be here with breath in our lungs and a beautiful heart beating, reminding us that this is home. This is our temple. This is our sanctuary. And where two or more agree, this is church. This is church. So we thank you for the ability to come to this space and just create a sacred moment to hear from you, from the ascended masters, guides, ancestors who have passed through, to give us clarity, give us insight, remind us of who we are. Remind us, it's a sweet remembrance that we come back to and remember. And it's that aha moment, lights on. So I think of little light bright, these little ding, 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 ding. So give us clarity, give us insight, remind us of who we are, give us a confirmation, a clue for this specific mastermind today. We ask for clues, we ask for those that are just contemplative and just not knowing if this is something that's for them, we ask for clarity. I'll use my pendulum today. I've been feeling this is kind of, I'll give you guys a little visual here. Yeah, you'll see it start dancing when this is the area. So I'm okay, this is definitely the area. Where are we at? Yeah, okay. Ooh, okay. Wow, look at this. We pulled the I'm sorry card. I want you guys to exercise your intuition as well and see what you see in this card. Go deep. What message do you see? I really, to me, just see these beings that are just back to reverence for our beautiful Mother Earth, our Gaia. Understanding that we have maybe not been in the most reverence for the planet, and just coming back to ourselves, grounding, like Emmy's talking about, being an embodied human being in this experience. You know, like we are spirits living in a human experience, not the other way around, but it is so important to not get so lost in just the astral realm. So for me, that's why this is so huge, because I could talk about being in the stars and being from ancient lands and this and that. That doesn't mean that I'm fully embodied. So getting back to this, you can't just speak from this space, but then not be back in this. And as we are here, as above, so below. So as we are here, we are here. We are healing her. We are healing her when we get back to this. That's all that we need to be doing, is really focusing. So there's more. And I would like to read from Rebecca Campbell because she has just such incredible insight. So the I'm sorry card. Wow, 78. Here we go. We are living in divisive times. When we're hurt and triggered, we tend to see things as a personal attack rather than an opportunity for healing. If we're to find true peace and unity, we need to drop our defenses and see things outside of right and wrong. As souls, we intrinsically remember unity and yearn for it here on earth. Perhaps this is why it feels so painful when we experience the opposite. Social distancing, how sad, right? But it's crucial to remember that we can't simply bypass reality and pretend that unity, love, and forgiveness are here. This is one of the greatest challenges for starseeds. To bring about unity, we must first acknowledge the ways in which both we and the world have been divisive, personally, ancestrally, and collectively. The shadows, hate, wounds, separation, severing, wrongs, and sadness. You may be called to explore how you, your ancestors, this is why I said we're doing ancestral work, so important that this has been healing me in ways that I can't fully express. You may be called to explore how you, your ancestors, or your society have consciously or unconsciously inflicted pain on others. To find a way to drop the armor around your heart and see things as they truly are, to say I'm sorry with an open heart and mean it, to be part of the healing rather than the perpetuation of inherited conflict or oppression. This isn't about blame, it's about unwinding the patterning that got us here. You may be called to devote your time to causes you believe in or do healing work on your ancestral line. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So I'm so glad that I had said this earlier on in the live stream, because this is exactly part of the curriculum that I've been developing, because I had to remember in my own timeline just some really deep-seated truths. And I'm going to end with this here and just being vulnerable and sharing that, guys, I found myself in a very abusive marriage, and it wasn't just abusive from one side, right? Because we are mirrors of each other. And so I was showing up in toxic masculine, and he was showing up in his own, process. And I was also really doing deep shadow work. And then I started digging deeper into my ancestral timeline. Of course, my dad was abused by his father. My dad also struggled with doing shadow work, and he was, there was short amounts of time that he was in his shadow, and we're going to get deeper into the mastermind. So that's why I just want to say, that's why I don't forward facing. A lot of this deep stuff is very personal and sacred, and it's a part of my own healing, and I don't want to just blast it out to a live stream that lives for 24 hours. But this is what we're going to go into, is deeper into my own healing of the abuse that lives in the ancestral line, as I'm breaking that chain and breaking that cycle and choosing out of struggle, of poverty consciousness, of all of these things. So we're going to get deeper into your ancestral timeline. So if this resonates with you, if you're feeling that still small voice, that's stirring, this is the kind of work, I got chills, that spirit, I just got chills all over my body. because this is the kind of work that I am telling you. You know, we can talk about manifesting, we can talk about like doing all this stuff, but unless we have healed the sacred wounds, I mean, it's going to be not sustainable. So we really need to start from that space and really get clear energetically with some of the ancestral stuff. Oof, she got chills at the same time. That's incredible. Yes. And so we're going to be calling them in. We're going to be calling them in. We're going to be doing deeper energy work. And this is stuff that I do with private clients that is very intimate. And this is why I'm not asking for 50 people to sign up. We're keeping it a very small, potent tribe, because we're going to be bearing witness to one another's breakthroughs, and we're going to be going deep into potentially, like in my timeline, there's been past sexual trauma, you know, early childhood development. We're going to be talking about deep stuff, and that's why this is supposed to be a very small. So I'm going to be doing these you know, or constantly, but I'm doing 30 days at a time. And then what I'd like to do is I'm actually building a tribe that can just be doing where, like, let's say you go through the 30-day mastermind and then you want to just be continuing on, but not maybe like the full potent thing, because you've already gone through parts of the initiations. So then we can do a weekly check-in with like a larger mastermind, and it can, you know, and it's going to grow. My community is growing already, and I'm just like, wow, I am so humbled and I am so honored to be ushering forward this type of work. And thank you for, you know, those of you that are on here that have said yes to the first one. This was just like a drop in the water. And that's why this next is something that I really feel like, you know, I've been exercising my throat chakra. So right now the early bird pricing is $333, and you're getting 11 private calls. I charge over that, you know, I charge typically $150 an hour. And so this is, you know, much because it's a group. For my private clients, I do, you know, packages and stuff, but this is going to be the private container. So $333, you're getting 3 drop-ins a week and 11 different calls. So it's $333. It's available now on my website. If you go to www.lynetteSine.com, we've already got a few signups, and I haven't even launched it on social yet. So I'm just so in awe. It's amazing what Spirit's doing. So just go to LynetteSine.com. You'll see it's called the Reclaim Your Inner Magic Mastermind right at the very end on the offerings. And I don't want money to be a block. So please come to me if there's something, you know, I'm really open. I had another, you know, young woman reach out and say that she can afford the $333, but in 2 different payments. So I was like, great. So we just set her up and we put different dates in place. And so, you know, just whatever that is for you, please let me know and we can work it out. So please reach out to me, DM me. And but we are starting next week on the 20th. So next Wednesday is our first call. So again, I want you to save your spot. We're capping it right now, and so I'm not like releasing where I believe Spirit is calling me to cap it, but spots are filling up. So definitely, if you feel that call, now is your time. I look forward to dropping in with you and getting to know your story, my loves. I know it hasn't been an easy walk, and I know that because my walk hasn't been easy. So we are all connected. We are all this beautiful collective. And yeah, that was my last boot camp. So it's a different one. So this is a different one. And so now this one is $333, because that was only 4 live calls, and it was just completely entirely different curriculum. So this is a much deeper work, a much more of an intensive mastermind. So if you feel called, go ahead and sign up, DM me, and let's have a conversation if you need some extra support in making that decision. I love you guys. I hope you have the most beautiful, magical day. I can't wait to dive in deeper with you guys, and we'll see you guys next Monday. I take the weekend off of my live stream, so I'll see you guys on Monday. And again, so over the weekend, please reach out to me so I can help you make that decision. I love you guys. We'll see you soon.